Hello there, my name is Karina, and today I am going to be ranking the Stardew Valley characters. Before I get started, however, I would just like to say that this is just my opinion, okay? If you get mad, if I diss your favorite or whatever, don't take it personally. I love all of these characters. I think all of them are very well developed, but this is just my experience and my personal opinions, and I think it's going to be fun, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we've got a lot of characters to work with here, so let's just start right at the beginning. Let's start with Abigail. I love Abigail. I think she is one of my favorite characters. She's got purple hair, she plays video games, she likes fantasy, she like all this stuff. She's a perfect character to me. I hate jumping right out of the gate putting someone in S though. I'm gonna put her in A because definitely a strong A, if not an S. When I'll get back to this and see if I change my mind later. Okay, next is Alex. I have a very tumultuous relationship with Alex because I find him to be such an enigma. Like every time I talk to him, it's just something I'm not expecting. He keeps me on my toes, you know? There's just something, just like such an energy there. That himbo energy is really strong. But I don't know where I would like place that. I mean, with the whole sports thing, like personally, I would put that at a C. I haven't married him personally, but I've heard that when you do get married to him, he like puts up like football wallpaper in your house. So as much as I do love it, I'm gonna move him to a B because I genuinely enjoy every interaction I have with him. I'm gonna put him in B for now. I don't know who this person is, so I can't say. I haven't beaten the game. Also, I'm only, the farthest I've gotten is the 3rd year. I think I'm in fall in the 3rd year. So next we have, Carolyn. Not my favorite character. I feel like she doesn't bring a lot to the table, but also I haven't like talked to her that much. She's not really around that often. I'm gonna put her in C, whatever. Plus one thing about her, she's very judgy about Abigail, her own daughter. Like she's like, don't you think that Abigail would look better with her natural hair? Ma'am, your hair is green. Why can't her hair be purple? And she, like, the first time you meet her, she says, oh, my daughter is so pale. A little rude. I'm moving her to D. No, I'm gonna keep her in C. Okay, next we have Clint. Clint. Another character that I have a complicated relationship with because he's a nice man. He's just a little awkward, you know? I'm gonna put him in C because he kind of has like a socially anxious uncle vibe, you know? And that's kind of like a C, I think. Yeah. All right, Demetrius, a great character, really protective of his daughter, understandable, I guess. Really likes science, and I'm very into that. He's a very supportive dad. I'm gonna put him in B purely because of his complicated relationship with Sebastian, and Sebastian is my personal bias, so, you know. So next is the Dwarf. The Dwarf. Is it the Dwarf? Is that what it's called? I think so. You know, kind of an average. I'm just gonna put them in C once again. Doesn't do much for me. I love the character design. You know, just 2 beady eyes in this little hood. That character design alone wins it some points. It's like in between B and C, but because the only thing that they do is sell wares, I'm gonna keep them in C. Next is Elliott. I feel like I'm gonna get some backlash for this. You know who you are. You know who you are. But as much as everyone loves Elliott, and I love Elliott, I have some problems with him. he reminds me so much of the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. And as much as I love the whole mysterious writer living in the cabin by the sea, like, that's great, you know, live your life. I'm so glad you're writing, like, writers are fantastic. However, look me in the eyes. There's no reason. Hey, did you know that it's, like, super hard to, like, look at somebody from just the side profile? Do you know how hard that is? He's doing that all the time. He has the ability to do that, and I don't trust that. I really don't trust that. But also sexy, so a B. All right, next is Emily. Emily is straight to S. She is my favorite character. I love her so much. I think she's so funny. I mean, she's into fashion. She's into astral projection. She's into being weird, you know, sustainable. She's like, the first time you meet her, she's like, is your farm sustainable? I love that. Okay, she's focused on what matters. She knows that the ecosystem is very, very fragile. And she's just very, like, aware, like, her third eye, boom, open. And I love that. I love it so much. And she is someone that I would want to just hang out with and just talk to, you know? So a strong S for me. Next is Evelyn. Evelyn, another one of my favorite characters. I am gonna put her in A for now, but every time I talk to Evelyn, she puts a smile on my face. She's so sweet. She's like as grandmas get, you know? And she's always got, like, wisdom. She's just full of wisdom. I love it. George is good once you get to know him. He's very standoffish at first, but then, you know, you find out a little bit about his past, a little bit about his backstory, and, you know, you become a little more understanding. He was in that accident, all this stuff, and he really warms up to you, you know? He really becomes that grandfatherly figure. So I'm gonna put him B or C. I'm gonna put him in C. I don't know who this is. So they're just gonna go down here. Sorry. If anything, I'll just put them in D because no one's in D yet. Okay, next we have my good pal Gunther. Now, if you have ever seen one of my streams or have ever talked to me for 2 seconds, you will know how much I wish that I could become friends with Gunther because he is the coolest dude. I mean, look at this picture alone. That guy is cool. The glasses, the hat, he's got the glove, the hat with the matching, like, shirt. He's got it together. Not only is he a librarian, but he's also the museum curator. You just know he's full of information, and I really respect that. Going right into the A category for me, if not that. Well, the S is, like, reserved for the best of the best. So definitely a strong A. Next is Grandpa. So, might be a little controversial, because he does, like, leave you the farm and he's dead and all that stuff. But if you really, like, take a step back and, like, think about it, when you come to this farm and it is overgrown, whatever, that's just from the time. But the house is so small. And, like, the house expansions that you get when you go through the game are so big. And so you would think, like, living on that farm for so long, he would have made, like, a little more progress. And I'm not saying, like, I get it. It's hard. It's very hard work. But I did it, you know? It's like the farmer does it. Plus, he's dressed like Santa Claus. I don't know what's up with the hat, if that is just, like, a normal thing that people wear as a ghost or whatever. But, you know, when he comes back, he kind of judges your farm or whatever. He's there. He does what he does, but he's going in the C category. Okay, Gus. Now, Gus, I'm sorry, but I think that if there were to be a new race for mayor, I would vote for Gus over Lewis. because think about it, Gus, he provides. He runs an establishment. He is so nice to all his patrons. He lets Pam, you know, if she doesn't pay her tab, he kind of like lets it go until she has the money for it. He brings food to all the town festivals. He is a provider. He really gives back to the community. And I really respect that. So to me, he is an A-tier character. Purely just like Gus. He's amazing. Okay, next. Haley. Haley. What are we going to do with you? So when you first meet Haley, she is so rude and she hates your guts, but you know, you give her some stuff. You kind of you go to her level. You give her a pink cake for the first time. She loves it, and you know, you can't stay mad at her. I'm gonna give her a B category. She's a good character, but you know, I have an attitude sometimes, so I can't judge her for having an attitude. Next is Harvey. I love Harvey. He is so awkward and so pure, and he's just trying to do doctor things, you know? He's just living his life. I am gonna give Harvey an A tier. Also, he is one of the characters that if you give him like anything, he loves everything. Like if you look at his love list, it's ginormous, and so it's really easy to like be friends with him just because he appreciates stuff so much, which is great. Don't know what this guy's deal is. Actually, I'm just gonna put all the characters I don't know in D. How about that? Is this Willie's dad? No, this is the guy this is Gil, I think, right? Who runs the, he's in the Adventurers Guild. Yes, that's who he is. Okay, he's still gonna be in D, sorry. This guy. Oh, and this is the bouncer at the Calico Desert. Okay, another kind of irrelevant character can go in D. Still don't know who that is. That's fine. Okay, next. We got Jess. Jess, I mean, she's a kid, she's shy, you know, she has her moments. Strong C, you know. Oh, I just put Robin in D. I did not mean to do that. Robin, I'm so sorry. Robin, you're gonna go in the B category, you know? That's all I have to say about Robin. Jody is gonna go in the C category again. You know, kind of bland, kind of normal, doing mom things. Her and Kent, you know, have their thing, and that's good. That popcorn scene was rough, but that's okay. Kent, speaking of the devil, you know, it's hard because he came back from the war. He's got a lot of trauma. It's hard to adjust from being away for so long, you know, not seeing your kids. It's tough. It's not easy. But that being said, he's gonna just chill with his wife over here and see. Okay, Krobus. I love Krobus a lot. I'm just gonna put him, you can't even see him on the thing. Ooh, scary. I'm gonna put him in B because once again, he's like the same thing as the dwarf. He's just a merchant, but look at him. That character design is perfect. He's perfect in every way. And I just think he's very cute, so he's going in B. Lewis. Complicated relationship with him. I don't want to put him in D, but like, I'll put him in C. But, I mean, mayor for 20 years. Okay, let's pros and cons. Mayor for 20 years, runs the town, is very nice, you know, gives you the community center store. Cons, he's kind of like, he's a politician, you know what I mean? And he acts like a politician, even though this town probably has like at most 30 people, and he still finds a way to like just have that corrupt energy, kind of like that, you know, leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Maybe it's just because he's a politician, and that's it. Plus him and Marnie have that whole thing going on. Scandal. It's crazy. So, I mean, there it goes. Okay, Linus. I kind of want to put him in S, because, okay, here's the thing. I love him. Like, he is doing his own thing. He's there by choice. You know, he doesn't talk to a lot of people because people are scared of him, but he's very self-aware of that fact. And so he was like, you know what, I'll pull away from the community and just like make everyone feel safer. And then when you offer, you know, him a place to live, he's like, I don't want it, and don't ever talk down to me again. He stands his own and he knows what he wants, and I really respect that. And he's a great friend, you know? He gives you lots of recipes, gives you lots of fun stuff. We bond over foraging. So to me, he's one of my favorite characters. He goes Ness. Okay, Marlin. This is Marlin. A very, again, average character to me. Is not one that you can become friends with once again, but the way that Gunther is not comparable to the way that Marlin is, because Gunther just has this mystique and he has this aesthetic going on, and while Marlin, yes, he does have this aesthetic, he's a little mysterious, got the eye patch, whatever, reads very much like an NPC in a D&D campaign, which is great and fine, but you know, I feel like there could have been more, you know? I don't know what that would be, but adventuring is not really like my first go-to thing, I guess, so it's not my first go-to character. There. Oh, Marnie. Baby, stop staring at that microwave and get behind that counter. I need to buy hay. It's winter and my animals are starving. Now that that's out of the way, I love her. She's good. But I just can't get past, you know, the kind of, she's a little disorganized. She's a little, you know, up in the clouds, a little airy, which is fine. You know, we all have our things, but when you're dealing with animals, to me, the way that, from my perspective, from the farmer's perspective, if I can't feed my animals, it's not looking good for me. And like, I'm glad that you find the microwave so interesting, but I'm dying out here. I need some milk. I need milk and I need eggs, and I can't get those without the hay. Other than that, she's good. See, Maru. I really like Maru too. I'm gonna put her right into the B category. Again, I love her cutscene with the stars. Like, that is one of the most beautiful scenes in Stardew Valley. And she's a great character. She loves science. I love science. She's super sweet, super awesome. So yeah, B. Don't know who this guy is. I definitely have not met this dude yet. But like, look at him. I'm hesitant to put him in like a high category because I don't know what his story is, but purely based on aesthetics alone, he's going in B, because he looks sick. That's not the witch, is it? I think that might be the witch. I haven't met her yet, so if it is, I guess B is where she's gonna be. Okay. Morris is going to go straight to D. Capitalist scum. Tried to destroy the town and signed me up for a membership to destroy the community center to put a warehouse in. No, I don't think so. I moved to this farm to get away from your corporation. Okay, I worked for the very corporation that you are trying to bring into my new home. Evil. He's got snake eyes. I don't like him. I don't trust him one bit. D. Pam. Now, I understand why some people don't like Pam, but I personally love her. I think she's got a great story. Bus driver gets me to that desert every day, and I love her for it. And, you know, she's trying to get better. She's trying to get better for Penny. I think she's doing a great job. To me, she was one of the first characters that I had 10 hearts with, so she just does have a very special place in my heart, so she is going to go into the A category. And next is her daughter, Penny. Again, Penny is one of the sweetest characters in the game. She is so nice. She takes care of the kids. She does so much for this community, and she's just so sweet. And she, you know, her and Pam just live together in that little trailer. I'm gonna get them a house one day. I'm getting there. But to me, I think I'm gonna put Penny in S. I think she deserves it. Okay, Pierre. Now at first, I liked him, and then I didn't like him, and then I liked him again. Very rocky up and down relationship with Pierre. He does sell my produce for a higher value than he buys it, but that is the name of the game. After the whole thing with the community center, I really respected him, even though he definitely did, you know, stand up to Jojo Corporation for his own benefit. It was also for the benefit of the community as a whole, him being part of it. So I definitely respect that. Strong C, if not like B, like in between B and C. There's a lot of characters in C. Wow. Okay. I confused Leah and Robin. I said this was Robin. That's not Robin, that's Leah. The blasphemy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Wow. Okay. Moving right along. Okay, Robin. Back to the B cat. Was she in B? She's in B. Leah, I love. She is definitely an A tier character. Artist, you know, moving away from the city life. I really respect that. If not S, like, I'm just not very close to her, so I can't say that she is gonna be an S, but definitely an A. I love her whole thing. Yeah, she's a great character. Fantastic. Next is Sam. I love Sam. He is kind of an airhead. He's definitely got ADHD for sure. He's just out there doing kickflips, rocking on his guitar, and eating pizza and drinking cola. Like, what a perfect definition of a young adult living in a small town. It's fantastic. I really like Sam. I'm gonna put him in S, because he's one of my favorite characters. I love him. Next is Sandy. So Sandy is from the desert. I love her. She's got such a fun energy. Like, you go see her and right away she's like, hey girl, hey, welcome back. Like, I've got some good stuff for you. Like, come in. She's just so friendly. She becomes a friend right away. She's one of those people that you instantly connect with. I really, really like that. So A, yeah. All right. Next, we've got Sebastian. Now, as I said at the beginning, Sebastian is my personal bias. He's my favorite character. I just love a good edgy boy. He is living in his parents' basement, but he's got big aspirations. Okay, he wants to move to the city. He's a computer person. You know, he is really good with computers. Plus, like, he plays D&D, he's in a band, he has a motorcycle. Thank you. Right away to S. Shane. So I know he is one of the most popular characters on Stardew Valley, at least in the fandom, from what I've seen, and for good reason. He has a great character arc. I think he has some really interesting story. He has a lot of depth to him. It's not often that you see like such an accurate depiction of like a depressed person. And I think that that's exactly like what he represents, you know, just like stuck in a loop of like having jobs and just not feeling fulfilled, but then finding his passion in chickens and like learning how to love them, and just, it's just so good. It's so good. A. He's definitely an A tier. Getting clean for Jess. Come on now. You love to see it. All right, Vincent. Vincent is going to go into, I feel like if I have Jess in here, but Vincent is like more friendly, and he's just such a pure kid. I love him. I'll put him in B. All right. Willie. Willie, to me, he's very wise. Fisherman, you know, kind of man of the sea, a little bit mysterious, just kind of living, vibing in the ocean. I think that's great. I am gonna put him in B or C. I'll put him in C. Next is the wizard. I love the wizard. I think he is so fun and funky and fresh. And the first time that you meet him, he it takes you on a psychedelic trip to make you one with the forest and imbue you with magic. I think that's great. I think he's got a good thing going for him. Plus the whole drama with him and his wife, like, come on, that's juicy. Plus he's the one who like lets you change your appearance. So we love a supportive king. Definitely A tier, close to S. Yeah. Again, don't really know who this guy is. Gonna put him in the D. All right, let's take a look at what we have. In the S tier, we have Emily, we have Linus, Penny, Sam, and Sebastian. A, we have Abigail, Evelyn, Gunther, Gus, Harvey, Pam, Leah, Sandy, Shane, and the wizard. In B, we have Alex, Demetrius, Elliott, Haley, Maru, Krobus, Robin, the witch, I believe, and Vincent. In C, we have Clint, Carolyn, the dwarf, George, Grandpa. This feels wrong to have him in C, but it's fine. Jess, Jody, Kent, Lewis, Marlin, Marnie, Pierre, and Willie. A lot of C tier, but I feel like all of them fit in there. So I think I'm gonna leave it. And then D, we have this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. I know their names. That's Gil. That's Bouncer, I guess. And that's Morris. So, you know, honestly, I think I'm pretty happy with this list. I mean, you know what? I am just gonna leave it at that. I think this is great. I think I've done it. I have successfully ranked the Stardew Valley characters. If you disagree, go ahead and let me know what you think I have put in the wrong place, or what you would change, or what characters that you like or dislike, why. You know, give me an explanation. I would love to hear other people's opinions on this. Other than that, I guess thank you so much for tuning in and watching me do this. And come back for more sometime. All right, thanks.